Hello, everyone. Yes, sir, it is. Yes, it's me again. I just came from the Dollar Tree, but my food is. I wanted to have a little bit of my food, my cabbage with beef, but I needed some hot sauce, boys and girls, and I could not give myself another day. But I didn't have the garage thing, so I called and I ended up getting the uh, pass to get out of my garage. So I ended up at the Dollar Tree. I'm having a horrible time with this light in this kitchen. I'm trying to move this thing. I don't know if it's me or not, but it could be the sun glaring in that window over there. But anyway, I put a small amount of my desired beef in there. But I went to the Dollar Tree with my blessing card. I looked on it and it was a few little bit of blessings on there. So I went and I got me some hot sauce. But I'm not gonna tell you no lie, boys and girls. I saw the other bottle that I had in my house, and I went to take two of them. But you might know the Red Hot. I love Red Hot sauce. But this right here is the closest you are going to find to Western Beef's hot sauce. And Western Beef has the best, in my opinion, the best hot sauce. So I was picking up the Red Hot and they had two of them. So I said, okay, let me just take these two. Now, I don't frequent the Dollar Tree that often. I don't really, but I said, let me take the two. And then something just moved my eye a little bit over. And it wasn't this eye, it was this eye. And I spotted this, and I'm like, oh! In the store, I could only imagine somebody must have thought I saw a rat. Somebody must have thought I saw a rat or something, but I saw this hot sauce. Wow, I love hot sauce. One, oh, no, I did not do that. No, I did not do that. And yes, I did do that, but I don't even want to, I did something. I didn't realize that I did something, but I'm going to show you what I did. I ended up I thought I picked up the 4 bottles of hot sauce. Yes, girl, don't play. So I intentionally picked up 4. I ended up not realizing, but I must have had one already in my arm. So I ended up with five bottles of hot sauce, and your girl is not in regret mode at all. But this is the one that I meant to leave on the shelf. But I kid you not. Let me tell you how the wonders of the world work. Okay. Now, I'm trying to be very decent about how I say things. But anyway, I went to the post office this morning. And let me tell y'all something. This has nothing to do with what I was going to tell you. Okay, say you have some stamps, whatever, you find them on sale, hustle and grind, whatever the case may be. You never know when you need to post something and you don't have extra funds or whatever. So make it a point to take care of some things, because you just never know. So I ended up in a situation where I felt to do something and I had no way of doing it outside of having these stamps available. So I ended up packing a box of cotton balls and I ended up putting a package of these stamps. Now, if I'm not mistaken, these stamps are maybe $1.03 a piece, but just say a package arrived at your house and you wasn't expecting the package, and then you see a whole bunch of stamps. If they're not stamped, then you take them off of the box and send them back to the person, or you use them for your own self, but do not throw them away. Absolutely not. So understand? Gotcha. So I was in my car coming home from the Dollar Tree, and I realized that there are times when I may want to do something that I'm not able to do, but sometimes having something to do something with, gosh, I wish I could say what I want to say. Anyway, that's it. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it. But I found my desired my desired milk, which is the almond milk, but I did not know it had sugar in it until before I was going to the register. And now I'm reading the box and it said sweetened vanilla. Oh, I kid you not. I made some pasta with tofu and imitation crab, and I used this milk. The meal was fantastic because it was creamy, it was buttery, it had a little sweet, it had everything. That's the only reason why I didn't put it back on the shelf, because I plan on making that meal and I actually like the meal. So I think I can afford myself a little bit of this milk as long as I'm not buying, like cereal, General Mills, Kellogg's, and all that stuff, and Pop Tarts, and all of that, throwing all that in my everyday meal. Then I will give myself some allowance to have some of this. But I absolutely enjoy having coffee on Saturday because it gives me something. I feel so freaking good when I have my coffee on Saturday, but today is Wednesday and someone on Facebook just made this beautiful cup of coffee post or whatever, and I'm like, ugh, because now guess what? This is one of the reasons why I try to stay off of social media, because I really want a cup of coffee, and I'm hoping that I can not get the coffee, because not only did I have a feeling for coffee, I had a feeling for something else, and it was in my eye at the register, so I ended up picking it up. Now, I don't believe I'm going to eat it, and the blessing is, just in case I don't eat it, I do have somewhere it can fulfill my desires. So we're going to leave that at that. And I'm not going to show you what it is. I'm not going to show you that it's M&M peanuts, because I want you to stay on, the thing with me, trying to make sure my health is in order. But I have not had any candy. I have not had any M&Ms. I have not had any chocolate in a few months. So just say if I wanted to eat this, I wouldn't feel bad. But I don't want to eat it. I promise you that. So I'm just going to work on that. That's my daughter's favorite candy, by the way. But I'm going to tell you what I absolutely could not resist in the Dollar Tree. Absolutely, because they don't have it that often. They knew I was coming today. Somehow, I ended up at that store that I had no business in, because I really wanted that hot sauce. I absolutely love this popcorn. This is movie theater popcorn at its best. $1.50, boys. But I'm going to tell you something. I normally don't eat the whole bag. I eat whatever the serving is that I'm going to eat for that day, and I don't have any more. Whether I take the rest and knock it off too, it doesn't matter. But I plan on eating this entire bag. I'm going to open the bag. I'm going to take some out, and then I'm going to take a little bit of air out. I'm going to fold it down, and I'm going to take some duct tape, and I'm going to duct tape the whole top of this bag to allow me to have some popcorn and to reward myself with a few pieces of like a bowl in a movie or whatever the case may be. So this $1.50 is going to serve me a nice amount of time, because I'm going to nip off the air by putting it in a bowl so I can have some. Usually I will open it up. Now, I haven't had this popcorn in about a year. That's how long I haven't seen it. But like I said, I don't normally go to the Dollar Tree anymore. So I usually sit at my computer desk or the TV, whatever case, and I just eat. When I get tired of it, I just whatever. But I don't want to do that anymore. So this is going to go into a bowl. I don't have to taste that. But I could not resist the fact that I need something to crunch on. So I ended up with these. Now, I don't know how good these are or whatever, but they have 0 grams of sugar. So that was going to be a given. I am going to hold off before I open them so I can research a little bit of the ingredients to see I don't want to go, okay, I see onion powder, I see garlic powder, I see sour cream. I love sour cream. I see buttermilk avocado powder. I don't know about citric acid. I'm gonna check. I see corn. I like corn. Sunflower. I don't know about the oils, but I'm gonna look into that. I have to. I'm very careful now, and I'm not perfect. I'm still human, but I'm not going to harm myself on purpose when I do have options here. So I will not open the bag unless I feel I can eat it. But one thing I have learned is that the label on the outside doesn't matter. This is what matters. And if I'm having no pain in my feet and very little pain in my hands, and my stomach is balanced, all of this other stuff is gone, I don't want to turn around and counteract what I have done to add progression to my life. So I don't know if I'm going to get any fetch points from this receipt outside of 25 points, but I am going to be happy with 25 points because something's better than nothing. This soup, I absolutely love this soup. I haven't purchased any type of soup in a very long time, but I have some tofu squares that I cut up already. I'm going to drop them in the pot with this soup, put it on low, let it simmer a little, get the flavors all popped up in there, and then I'm going to have my beans with all of what the beans give me, which I am sure fiber, protein, all that other stuff is in there, but then I get access to my tofu as well. I took the tofu up this morning, and so I had it all, so I knew it was going to be something that I was going to throw down. I don't know if this is a today meal or not, because I do have my cabbage, but I want to put some bowls, maybe like 2 or 3 bowls of cabbage in the refrigerator for me throughout the week, so I don't have to cook every day. And I don't really, I enjoy eating what I make, so I don't mind putting this pot here, and then I have a bowl with hot sauce, and I have a bowl where I may put a little bit of this or whatever to make the flavor change up. But I love cabbage, but you don't want to grow tired of something that you absolutely love. Therefore, I'm gonna see if it's okay to put my hot sauce in the freezer, and if it says yes, then I'm thankful, because my daughter said to me one day, she said, "Mommy, you don't go outside that often. You only like to shop once, so maybe you should try to see about shopping twice in a month. You may want something different." So she said, "Just try it." So it worked out to the fact that I needed hot sauce, but I honestly wish I could make it to a Western Beef to see if the Western Beef hot sauce is still available, because the bottle was this big. Boys, I love hot sauce, but I kid you not, I put my my pot that I make my fried chicken in, I put it in the dishwasher. Now, I use the dishwasher almost every day. I don't wash the dishes like I used to by hand, because my hands are not doing too well. So a pan in my oven, I left it in the dishwasher, and every time I would run, it would clean up, so the pot is spat. It looks so nice. So now I took my fried chicken pot and I put it in the dishwasher, so that as I'm running the other dishes, the pot can just start, all of the buildup that's in the pot can come out. But I can tell you, the buildup of use in that pot, with me washing it and vinegar and rinse and everything, it still had the flavor in the pot. My fried chicken is magnificent, boys and girls. I honestly wish I could sell my fried chicken, but I do know that my fried chicken is so good because the seasoning is in my oil, the seasoning is in my pot. But the pot is in the dishwasher, and I was going to leave it in there maybe like 2-3 weeks. But today I was in the elevator, and what do I want today? Fried chicken. So I'm like, am I pregnant? Never a chance of that. And there's no way. You have to have a man in your life to have that regardless. So, but we don't want to talk about all the rest of the stuff. Anyway, that was a joke. So now I want some hot sauce. But what I'm going to do now, let me put a little bit of water on my bottle. Boys and girls. Let me me tell you something. What I found refreshing when I went into the Dollar Tree, I did not smell rodent like I was smelling before. They cleaned up the bad boy, okay? So, be mindful. Someone recently, someone recently went to the emergency room and they had health issues, and it turned out that their food was contracted. Rodent residue was on their food item, and it came from either Dollar General or Dollar Tree. But the reason why I'm laughing, and I don't care what you say about me laughing, I'm laughing because it was funny. Um, the Dollar General store recently started throwing out a whole bunch of food, and a lot of people was running up and grabbing and everything. And people said, "Oh, how could they throw this good food away?" I said to myself, "You think that food good? That food was good. They would have gave it to the employees. Okay, employees would have had their family at that damn dumpster. Employees would have had their car parked by that dumpster and took that stuff home. So read the room, boys and girls. And then after, when everybody was grabbing up and come to find out that they threw it away because the containers, the cartons were contaminated with rodent urine and feces. So I'm like, wow. But the reason why I was laughing, which is it's not funny, but I still get to laugh because some things are funny in a different type of way. If you find it, you find it. If you don't, that's your business. But anyway, I was laughing because in uh, and I was laughing because there are some people that would have never went for that. They would have been too damn intelligent to go for that. They would have knew before. It would have been too good to be true. But I felt so bad because when I saw the people out there digging and taking cases and and just over it, and it was. I said, oh my goodness, I tell you, whoo, mm. Sometimes you want to eat, you want this, you want this. It's convenient, it's all of that. But what you fail to realize is you gonna pay with a prescription, a hospital bill, an affliction you can't get rid of, a medicine cabinet full of junk. Uh, mm, I have not needed anything out of CVS, I don't believe, in a long time. I am so thankful. If I open my medicine cabinet, you won't find NyQuil, DayQuil, none of that. I am so thankful that I don't have any need for any of those things. Did I fight? Did I struggle? You damn right I did. And boys and girls, I cried a lot of tears, baby, to get where I am today. But I was not able to walk for about a year. I was on that walker in this house. I was crawling. I fell out of my bed one day. I was on the floor for about 5 hours. And when your mental gets so bad that you don't even scream for help, you just ready to just roll over and let anybody find you. You have to understand it takes a fight to get your life back, but you have to fight because you don't want, and it's only one thing I do not want, and it is to take a prescription pain medication. Absolutely not. Kid you not. And I don't mean any harm to anyone who takes prescription medicine. That is your need. If you need it, you take it. I'm only speaking for me. I am 56 years old right now. I spoke to a person a little while ago to see if I wanted to go into senior housing. Yes, I do. I spoke to the lady. She's like, would you like to move here? Yes, I would. Okay, would you like me to eat? Yes, I would. I had a beautiful, about 2 to 3. I'm waiting on one more phone call. I am doing everything I can to get where I need to go, but it starts with me and what I put in my damn mouth. Absolutely. Sometimes I say to myself, I really wish I could, because you don't know how bad I want a Snicker bar. I was in the store a little while ago. I saw this lady shopping cart. She had 3 big bottles of soda. And I don't judge people. If I am, let me know. I will correct myself. But when I just happened to look. I wasn't being nosy. I was in the store. There's really no one in there. And she's in front of me. So she turned it around a little bit. Then she looked at me and then she said, "You can go." And she got off the line. She didn't have a lot of items, but I understood why she said you can go because the amount of soda that was the top of her thing. Little do you know, honey, I don't pay for your groceries and you sure as hell don't pay for mine. You go ahead and eat your stuff and you let me have mine. But I said thank you very much and I went in front of her. A few minutes later, she came back. But I am thankful that I got to the point where I no longer drink soda. I was addicted to Pepsi. And when I realized I was actually addicted, it almost killed me to get off of Pepsi. When I was drinking Coca-Cola, I realized I was addicted. I don't want to be addicted to anything. None of that. There is so many things that I could have literally gone through, but I had to fight. I had to fight. I had to let my I had to suffer the consequences of my body taking me through the changes of detaching from all of these conveniences. I kid you not. I was in the store a little while ago and I saw Pop Tarts, and I saw someone made this like recipe type of thing, a little snack out of Pop Tarts the other day, and I would love to partake in stuff like that, but how could I partake in stuff like that when I'm already scraping, to fundamentally survive in the world today, and then just walk in a store and take $1.50 to buy a carton of Pop Tarts that I know is going to lead me into something that's not going to be good for me. I honestly can't see it. Now, I may want Pop Tart. Absolutely, I would have liked the Pop Tart, the little sweetness for about a minute. But that type of stuff leads to something. And I kid you not, I feel good. I knowing I could walk around without, my feet feel so good. mm, 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 mm. Ooh, I might put a little bit more in there. Mm. Ooh. Mm. Ooh. I don't want any food right now. I'm gonna tell you why I don't want any food. Because I want some popcorn. But I just have to give me a little bit of this hot sauce up in this cabbage, boys and girls. Mm. I don't know how, but cabbage is so daggone delicious and so affordable. I picked up 4 cabbages this month. When I go back to the store, I think I'm going to pick up 5 cabbages because there is no getting around cabbage. Cabbage is just too delicious. But I need to find maybe a few seasonings that I can add to my little shelf so I can try some different flavors. Ooh, boy, when you can eat your food cold, that food good. I truly don't want any more. Boys and girls, but this food good. I wish that I was able to do something to where I had like 4 or 5 people that sat at the table and just paid like $5 or $6 per plate, just for me to have a reason to cook every day. But in my situation, I could never do anything like that. I would never put myself on a radar like that or nothing like that. I'm not going to do that. Not with Carrot Top anywhere around. I'm about to end my video because I don't want to get there. I don't want to get there. What I am going to do is say thank you so much for watching my video, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I am so happy. I wish I could tell you I was happy, but I had some good news happen to me this morning, boys and girls. Blessings are flowing around here, but I am going to keep my mouth shut because sometimes you just have to be easy. Bye-bye.